Hi, I decided to do my project on Motown. We know that Motown is one of the most biggest influential businesses that ever sparked America. Since 1959 up until today, without Motown, music will never or have never been or is what it is today. Mr. Barry Gordy was the founder of Motown up until 2005. And I believe that Mr. Barry Gordy is one of the four vision levels of people, as Maxwell stated. I think, and as I quote, I believe the vision comes first. I have known many leaders who lost the vision and therefore lost their power to lead. That is what Barry Gordy was meaningful to us. These two artists are the ones that really brought Motown on the map. Mr. Jackie Wilson and Etta James were a perfect match. They created songs like Glowing Teardrops and All I Can Do Is Cry. Now, Barry decided to stay with these two, and it grew. And Miss Etta James, she was even portrayed in the recent movie Cadillac Records just to prove how powerful she was as an artist. She even worked with Chess Records as well. But she was a firecracker, and she's one of the most influential stars today that I love. Motown beginnings have been so stressful as far as Barry Gordy was concerned, but it was easy. And like Maxwell also says in the self-discipline chapter, you have to start small and plan, and it'll make a big difference. Now, Motown started off as Tamala Records, was created by Barry Gordy himself and his sisters Gwen and Anna. They decided to do this company label for only 1 year and decided to change it with after the year 1960 to create a merger between Tamala and Motown. The merger started in 1960 and it lasted for a little while. They did change it eventually to Motown and they dropped the Tamala name. But before they did that, they also came out with a lot of hits by various artists that we even know and love today. And matter of fact, they're still around. Like the infamous The Miracles with Mr. Smokey Robinson, who is still around, and the Marvelettes singing Please Mr. Postman. These two artists and these two groups also brought Motown on the map. From Tamala, Motown to Motown Music Group. Now, these two also did some other influential things. And Barry Gordy also did, for one, added one white female to the group, which is Miss Kiki D. She was a solo artist and she sang duets with Elton John in England, but she remained under the Motown Tamala label. Now, she still is a part of Motown today, as well as these various groups and artists as well. The Temptations, who we know and love as My Girl, the Supremes, Marvin Gaye, Jackson 5, Gladys Knight and the Pips, and Mr. Stevie Wonder, who has always taught us to have the most lovely music ever in our ears and our tunes. So this company really did bring out the heavy hitters. Even the Violettes and Miss Tammy Terrell, who also sang duets with Marvin Gaye with Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Those songs are also still there, and we still hear them up to today, and it's still one of those songs that if we hear it, we just fall all back in love again. 20 years of Motown, it came up to be so much that, I just broke it down into small little bits and pieces. But as far as Motown as has been the 20 years after the starting of 1959, they have really grew from being a small little startup group of just family members alone to now this big group. Motown even created films with Diana Ross playing Billie Holiday in Lady Sings the Blues, and Mahogany as well, The Last Dragon, The Wiz that we all know and love, and the Jackson 5 series. Now, to think that Motown started with only just $800 is amazing. Motown artists from 70s to 80s, including the group DeBarge, Rick James, Tina Marie, Mr. Michael Jackson, and the Dazz Band. These artists, they started off small, they ended up big. Some are still around, and some, unfortunately, are not with us. 1990s also brought out Mr. Johnny Gill and Boyz II Men. Girls used to fall over Boyz II Men all the time with the song Bending Knees. It is just all the songs that they love, all the songs they still sing today, we fall in love with. And Boyz II Men is still around as well. Now, later on, Motown did come out with more artists as well. Brian McKnight was one. India.Arie, she's the most recent. Erykah Badu in 702. These artists came out and they started off, well known, not well known to locals. But Barry Gordy pushed them and molded them and shaped them into the artists that they are today. Unfortunately, Motown decided that they're going to merge with Universal after Mr. Barry Gordy retired in 2005. So right now, Motown is under a new label and under a new management. As of this year, they changed the name to Island Def Jam Music Group, where Motown actually merged with Russell Simmons' label Def Jam and created Island Def Jam Music Group. Now, as far as that merger is concerned, let's see what happens after that, because I believe that it's probably going to be another hit. The future of Motown is very simple. They started off small and they made a big, huge difference. 52 years. I mean, that is a lot of music and love and laughter. Downfalls, uphills. They did a lot of things, and Motown will always remain as far as the aspect is concerned. They brought out all these wonderful artists with all the wonderful music. They really knew what they wanted to be as a company. They pushed for it with Barry Gordy as being the leader, and they did what they had to do. And it wasn't for them, we would have never known all these, these wonderful songs. After 52 years and over 100 hits, Motown still exists. And that's why I chose Motown Music Group as my project.